Today we attempt to win Trophy 3 of the season whilst also taking a step closer towards one of the remaining 3. Everyone knows the Charity Shield is stupid. We want 6 trophies this season. Forget the Charity Shield. Hello and welcome to It's Coming Home part 226. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have the first leg of the Champions League, first knockout round away against Celtic, then a league game that won't actually be shown on the video, and a, what is it even called now? League Cup, Carabao Cup final against Manchester United. I don't remember the last time I showed you a League Cup game. It was probably the last time we were in the final, because I think we have won it before, way back when. League Cup. So we last won the League Cup 10 years ago, and it was a big deal then. We were super excited, and I don't think I've shown you a League Cup game since, but we're going to try and win it for only the second time in our history today against our league rivals, Manchester United. Since you were last with me, this is what form looks like. Pretty solid, if you ask me. We're doing all right. I mean, bearing in mind we've not played a first team in the League Cup yet. We've done all right to get to the final, and it's still been very rotated teams in every round, and we've made it all the way through to the final. I am tempted to rotate the team again for the final because we've got important Premier League games either side of it, but I think the comments section will implode if I do that. But first up, let's play Celtic. I don't know if Past Kev has already picked me a team. Does this look like a team? That looks like a team to me, so we'll assume that's what Past Kev has decided we're going with. We're away against Celtic, first knockout round of the Champions League. And of course, Lee gets to go back to the club who stole him for a year before he arrived with us. I know some would say we signed him from them, but we actually did try and sign him there. We had a contract agreed with him when he was still in South Korea, but he ended up choosing to go to Celtic instead because at the time, Celtic were considered a bigger club than us. And then we won that League Cup in 2033. And obviously this is a club that can win League Cups. I'll go there. Plus we threw lots of money at him. And he's been here for 10 years. But he could have had 11 years and been that much closer to breaking the all-time appearance record if he hadn't have had that silly year up in Scotland. But now he gets to visit and see I wonder if he talks with a Scottish accent. That would be amazing. So we're going with Powell in goal, a back four of Alef, Duranovic, Lee and Joksimovic, Cristiano and Robert in midfield, Zupancic, Silva and Goff behind Thor up front. Let's get into the game and let's hopefully thump them. I mean, Celtic are a team that really I would expect us to be considerably better than, because the Scottish League hasn't exactly been competitive throughout this save. I know there was a little spell where we were buying a few players from Celtic. Obviously, Lee is one of them. I think Dianzi came from there as well. I think Thompson, the defensive midfielder, who then went on to Manchester United, I think he also came from Celtic. But we haven't had a Celtic player show up on our radar for probably 7 or 8 years at this point, which I think illustrates that we've kind of moved beyond that point. When we were challenging for a Europa League spot, that's when Celtic players showed up on our scout reports. Now we're regular champions. They don't really get mentioned. So I'm taking that to mean we're much better than them. But I guess we'll find out for sure over the course of this match. Alef now trying to build something on the left-hand side, plays it into Silva. Silva sprays it out to Goff on the right wing, who beats 3 men with like 2 touches of the ball, which is quite impressive for a 32-year-old man, but ends up firing wide. Probably should have done a little bit better with that chance that he did effectively create for himself. But we still expect a little bit more from John Goff. And here is Goff taking a throw. It's Silva nods it back to him. It ends up with Joksimovic for the big, deep cross. And Zupancic with the header comes back off the crossbar. And nobody can tuck away the rebound. We have absolutely dominated the first half hour of this match. 63% possession so far. And Celtic haven't even had a shot. We really should be scoring a goal at some point. If we go in 0-0 at half-time, that's a moral victory for Celtic, because they've been absolutely destroyed by us, but their goalkeeper's keeping them in it. Zupancic has had 2 very good opportunities to score, and their keeper is doing a rather sterling job of keeping us out. Best player on the pitch at the moment. Right, let's assertively say not happy with performance out there. We should be winning. I'm very happy with the performance. I'm just not happy with the finishing, or not happy that their goalkeeper's playing so well. But they don't seem to mind me saying I'm not happy with the performance. I mean, rating does show the best player on the pitch at the moment is their goalkeeper. So that's probably something that we need to work on changing in this second half. Silva to Cristiano, who plays at Alithin, who's made a charging run forward. Goff is there, and it's another excellent save from the Celtic goalkeeper. Might be worth giving him a little scout. I wonder how old he is, but he must be having the game of his life. Cristiano to Silva now. Silva with a shot from range, straight at their keeper again, and it's just more saves for him to add to his collection. Silva to Goff. Robert now finds Cristiano in space, who's got, I thought he was going to shoot, but actually played Alith in, fires it across goal, and I think that it has just taken a deflection. Alith's done brilliantly there. He's just, rather than trying to cross and create something, he has just drilled it across the face of the goal, knowing that if it hits any part of anyone, it could deflect anywhere, and that's exactly what's happened, and it has put us 1-0 up. Got to feel a little bit sorry for their keeper, but Alith was brilliant there again, as he shows time and time again, particularly in this competition. Alith clearly big game player, and is now the best player on the pitch ratings wise, and rightly so, but he is also shattered, so I think I'm going to take him off. To be down to 67. Why is everyone so tired? We don't normally have players getting this tired this early. Zupancic also pretty tired. Weird. Have we played a lot of games recently? I've got a feeling we have. We'll have a look at the schedule after the game. I'm playing this Monday morning, and I haven't touched the save since Friday afternoon when I got to the point to do this. And thinking back, I think we played like 12 games in January. So I think we have just come off the back of a very long run of matches. And I think we've already played like twice this week. So actually, I'm quite impressed that we've managed to not lose yet in this game. 1-0 up with 10 minutes left. This will do very nicely in the circumstances. Joksimovic out to Silvio, to Young now, finds Drame. Drame, a little bit fresher than those around him, finds Thor, who fires it at their keeper, who, again, I mean, he's had a very, very good game. We do need to, I am going to scout him, even though we know we're retiring at the end of the season, so there's no way he'd ever play under me anyway. But I feel like it's an appropriate gift for my successor. Powell is 33, 34 now, and we have got Radovic coming through, but this guy in goal for Celtic, if he's like 26, 27, he's had an excellent game today, and Celtic have scored. I'm kind of pretending it hasn't happened. 1-1 is still fine, especially in the circumstances of how much football we've played, but we did kind of expect to come here and win, and looking at the stats, we really should have won. So I think it's probably fair for me to demand more. None of this, in the circumstances, it's okay nonsense. We should be winning this game. Goff now shoots from range, and it's just over the goal. I think the keeper was beaten that time, but it could be because the ball was fired over the crossbar. So it doesn't matter that he was beaten because it wasn't going to go in the back of the net. Goff now with a free kick. Drame's there, and Drame does get the winner late on. There was a bit of a suspicion that the ref might be disallowing that, but he hasn't. Drame scores, and that's his 11th goal of the season now. Considering he's not been regular starter this year, I think it's safe to say this is the year that Drame really has emerged as a proper star for us. We've got Mendes out of the way. He's now competing with Silva, competing with higher quality, and he's definitely taken the step up. So Mario Ramirez is 33 and has played 111 times for Uruguay. Okay, so he was just playing out of his skin. But Drame, 22 years old now, has made his French debut. Scored, 10 goals. Only 3 of them in the Premier League, where he's not actually played a lot of football. But in the competitions where he's been playing, he's been scoring goals, which is lovely stuff. No. Okay, they didn't mind that. I was going to give him a pat on the head, but it seems like just calmly saying I wasn't happy has actually fired them up, which is awesome. Right, we're going to play Huddersfield offline, and then we will be back in just a moment for that League Cup final against Manchester United. Yeah, there's the... Actually, so the run of games leading into this one wasn't too bad, but this run here was insane. What a January. Huddersfield. Well, the Huddersfield game didn't exactly go to plan. We did our usual rotating. Aleth, as usual, man of the match. We didn't actually manage to score a goal. Thor is on a long run without scoring. I don't remember the last time Thor scored a goal. Oh my word. This is why you need Mira at the club still. Thor hasn't scored since New Year's Day, and it's now the 22nd of February. Carlos Alonso? Carlos Augusto. Learn his name, Kev. Carlos Augusto still injured. This is why we need the likes of Ben Young and Dramé to be scoring goals, which thankfully they are. But this is the team we're playing for the cup final against Manchester United. I think this is the same side that just played against Celtic as well. Looking at that, I think we've just gone back to that team because with the injuries that we've got, there's not really much in the way of other options we can do. So Pancic has to play on the left-hand side because Augusto and Diarra are both still injured. Thor has to play up front because Augusto's injured. I guess I could play Young. There's an argument I could play Flager instead of Goff. Mayer's not match fit, so Joksimovic has to play. I mean, that is the best team based on the players that we've got available. But it's far from ideal having to play Zupancic out on the wing. Manchester United are now top of the Premier League as well. I don't know if I showed you that a second ago, but because we bottled it against Huddersfield, United have actually gone top of the Premier League. So they're playing the one that got away in midfield rather than up front. What a disaster. Manchester. There you go. We owe Manchester United after what happened in our last match. I think this is quite a big game, not because it's the League Cup final. I still don't really care about the League Cup. I'm trying to win this for you, not for me. But I think this does take on a new level of importance based on the fact that the Premier League title is the most competitive it's been for 5 years. So United have just taken the lead in the title race. If they then beat us here in a final at Wembley, that's going to give them a big psychological advantage. I know they don't get any points in the league before people start telling me I'm an idiot, but psychologically, they just go top of the league, then they beat us at Wembley and win a trophy and get to celebrate in front of us. I think that's a pretty significant psychological blow. This is an actually important League Cup final for the first time in 10 years since the last time we were in it, and we are 1-0 down against a guy who's already got 20 goals this season for them. That is an absurd number of goals considering it's February. Goodness me, for the first time, I'm really missing Mira. I want him back. Thor's not recovered from missing out on the Ballon d'Or, which I don't think I showed you in a video. I did tweet it out when it happened last week, but the Ballon d'Or final three, Mira won Ballon d'Or, Thor was second, Goff was third. So I'm still calling that a home clean sweep because Mira played more of the year for us than for Paris Saint-Germain. But yeah, Mira has gone from strength to strength and is scoring goals absolutely for fun for Paris Saint-Germain, whereas Thor is really struggling for form for the first time in his home career, probably because he's not got anyone pushing him for a spot. He's playing more games than he normally would because there's no one to push him out of the team and rotate around with him. And normally, when his form dropped even a little bit, I could just sit him on the bench for a few games and it would fix him. But with Mira gone and Augusto spending most of the season injured now, he was injured for a couple of months right at the start of the season. He's been injured pretty much since Christmas again this time round. Thor's basically playing game in, game out, and he's struggling for form while he's in there doing it. So Pancic now hits the frame of the goal. It comes out to Goff again, who can't get his cross through, and 2-0 down after 20 minutes. Manchester United have a habit of ruining my day. It was around about this time last year that they thumped us 5-0 in the league. Now, obviously, at that point, we did still go on and win the league and win the Champions League, but we were well clear of them at that point, and I think they are very much catching up with us as time goes on, because it's not that we're suddenly losing lots of Premier League games. We're still 20 points clear of everybody else. Apart from them, they've raised themselves up to our level over the last couple of seasons, and if they continue to completely dominate us in one-on-one games, it's going to be problematic. What a terrible end to the series it'll be if we don't win the league this year. Thor now trying to beat his man, gets the shot away. I mean, at least he's forcing a save. Thor looking dangerous for the first time in goodness knows how long. Goff with the corner now, and it's headed clear, and it makes me very sad. And United are on the break again through their goal machine. They've messed the attack up a little bit there, though, and just let us back into it, which is lovely. I actively encourage that kind of thing. Right, half time, we're going to get aggressive. I haven't got aggressive for a long time, but we're aggressively going to say, do you really not remember what happened last time we played Manchester United? For goodness sake, can we just beat them, please? Let's at least make this competitive. We're at Wembley, interestingly. How many people have we taken to Wembley this time? I always like to monitor, because I can use this as ammunition on the board to say, look, this is how many fans we've got. How many home fans have travelled to Wembley today? If it's more than 30,000, then that's the argument that we need a new ground. We are doing nothing. We are creating nothing. It's ridiculous. We've hit the first 25 minutes of that half. Nothing has happened. Thor has been awful. He can come off. Goff can come off for Flager. We're doing a triple substitution. I'm going to bring Bogarski on in midfield as well. There you go. Triple substitution. We've gone attacking. We're demanding more. Demand more. I want to have 10 minutes of passion as well. This has been the most nothing second half in the world. See, we've brought 45,000 fans today. It's half home, half Man United. And the board are telling me we can't fill a 30,000 seat stadium. Give me a new ground. I am going to try and ask again after this, because I think this is proof that we perhaps could. Zupancic, has he given us a lifeline? With 5 minutes to go, I'm going to go even more attacking, which never works. But, you know, it's only the League Cup. We may as well try it. We're not having a lot of luck at Wembley this season, are we? The Charity Shield was a disaster. And now the League Cup final not going our way either. But we've gone very attacking. And as usual, it's led to 0 highlights, because that is what very attacking always does, which is why I don't do it very often. I don't want to see you celebrate. Goodness me. The only silver lining we could have on this is if the board have also noticed how many people went to that match and let me ask for the new ground again, because I don't care. If I would happily sacrifice every competition for the rest of this season if we got the new ground as part of that sacrifice. So it's not even on there as an option. Someone did say they might already be doing it. If we have a look on facilities, and it would say on here somewhere. They're not, are they? I'll just have a quick. Are they working on anything? No. Rubbish. Right, we will be back tomorrow with the second leg of Celtic, and we'll probably do the same thing as today. Celtic, miss a game, and then show you Manchester United, because that's probably going to be your title decider, because this is what the Premier League looks like. And, yeah, we have got a game in hand on them at the moment, but if they beat us, it becomes very difficult for us to win the Premier League, and they kind of are beating us a lot at the moment, which is troublesome. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.